Wicked ever so hot. Whether we like it or not. They say we can love who we just. But what is love without lust? Two hearts with accurate devotions. What are feelings without emotions? I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you understand. And now let go of my hand. And now let go of my hand. And now let go of my I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you understand. And now let go of my hand. I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you understand. And now let go of my hand. I hang my hopes out on the line. Will they be ready for you in time? If you leave them out too long, they'll be withered by the sun. Full stops and exclamation marks. My words stumble before I start. How far can you send emotions? Can this reach across the ocean? I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you understand. And now let go of my in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you
Sometimes we're looking for the more, but we just don't know what the more is. And then we come to play with me. 3 words, like me, play, toys, fun, games, cheekiness, with, intimacy, connection, relationships, and finally me. It starts with self, and that is something that Play With Me stands for. Play With Me is a place where you have an experience of all of those things. One complete cycle. You're welcome to pop in at our shop at the Gantry in Fourways, or find us at www.playwithme.co.za. If you're looking for that more, please get in touch.
Good day, I'm Jean-Marie van Graan, also known as Lola Debbie, and I'm thrilled to introduce to you Lotus Love, your ultimate destination in relationship, intimacy, and wellness coaching. As a wellness, relationship, and intimacy associated counselor, I'm passionate about helping individuals and couples navigate the complexities of modern relationships. Through personalized coaching sessions, I empower my clients to embrace love, intimacy, and connections in all its forms. Whether you're exploring ethical non-monogamy, navigating post-divorce life, or preparing for the dating scene, I'm here to support you. My coaching approach is holistic, compassionate, and tailored to your unique needs and goals. Together, we'll uncover your strengths, address the challenges, and create a path towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation? Book a consultation with me today, and let Lotus Love be your guide to fulfillment in relationship and life. Your path to a happier, healthier, more fulfilling life and relationship can start with me here today.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent or that of the program, its presenters, hosts, directors, or other team members.
This show is intended for audiences aged 23 and older. This production and its digital copies contain content of an adult nature. If you are easily offended or are under the age of 18, this show is not intended for you. The posts, pages, and recordings within are intended for adults only and may include descriptions of scenes of sexual content, suggestive opinions, detailed discussions, and graphic topics. Listener discretion is advised.
Passionate polys and sultry swingers, it's time for Lola's lifestyle lectures on your favorite seduction station, Lust FM, for the lustful listeners.
Good evening, lustfuls, and welcome to the third episode of Season 2 of Lifestyle Lectures, your favorite nighttime talk, focused on education and guidance in navigating swinging and ethical non-monogamy. I'd like to start off by mentioning our association endorsement site, Z-Nights. The Z-Nights website has combined socials, events, parties, and workshops for all walks of life and like-minded individuals. Z-Nights is a quality South African community of unique, fun, uninhibited people who enjoy life to the fullest, who are into casual dating, social networking, open relationships, and alternative lifestyles. With an extensive amount of social platforms for us adults to connect on, Z-Nights has made finding these quality connections easy, affordable, and accessible. If you'd like to join the Z-Nights community, head on over to znights.com, that's www.znights.com, to explore countless possibilities. Then, of course, Lola's favorite friends at the Council of Fantasy, the COF. The COF is a lifestyle-oriented community catering for BDSM lifestylers and everybody that's somewhere in between. We host events in all spectrums in a safe, sane, and consensual way. We are all inclusive, and the only shame we shame is shame itself. One of the main focuses of the COF is education, and not just in BDSM, but everything stretching from mind, body, and soul positivity all the way to lifestyle guidance and education. You guys can find us at www.counciloffantasy.co.za, or you guys can head on over to Lola's website. That's www.lalust, yes, the lovelies with a double L, www.lalustfm.live. Head on over to the homepage, the bottom screen. At the bottom of the screen, there's a WhatsApp icon. Click on it and come and join us on the WhatsApp community. Your Lola Blakely production moderators for this evening are Miss KB, welcome, Zane, and of course our production manager, Medusa, is online. So if you guys see them here in the chat this evening, say hi. They're here to engage with our listeners, keep us safe during the airing. Feel free to ask them questions or send them a wave. Tonight's episode is titled Picture Perfect Planning, and the beautiful Debbie from the Twosome for Fun duo is joining me this evening, and we'll be discussing how to incorporate swinging into your relationship. So we're going to be planning this episode, right? Are we going to be planning our relationships, right, Debbie?
Yes. Hello, Lola. Hello, listeners.
How are you doing, Debs?
I'm very well, thank you.
How was your
How are
week?
you doing?
I'm good. You were sick last week, and Mr. Tusam joined us. So how are you feeling after
Yes.
last week's illness? I mean, have you still got vital
Much,
lungs?
much better. I feel
Oh.
like a new person after I nearly died.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. So Debbie and I will be discussing how to incorporate a couple of specific factors into your relationship, and to answer some of these crucial questions during the planning stage, we are joined by the infamous Bella Bills. Bella Bills is the owner of the renowned adult resort Nexxxus. She's a leader in the swinging community and a mentor and role model to so many. She's seen it all, and her experience makes her knowledge invaluable. Hi, Bells.
Hello, Bella.
Hi, Debbie.
I mean, Bella's Lola's favorite babe. We know this. Yes?
Lola says that to all the girls. Let me just tell you.
That sounds about right.
Okay, you can lie to me, Lola. I don't mind.
Bella, how have you been? How was your week? Did you have a good week?
Bella was also sick.
Oh,
What do you
no.
mean week? It's Wednesday.
Now I'm getting sick with all of your sicknesses. Lola's also getting sick.
No, last week was rough. This flu is not fun at all. So yeah, I was also sick, but much better now.
I've heard the flu. I've heard this flu is quite rough. Quite rough. So Bella, tell us a little bit about your experience in for those guys who haven't listened to any of your previous episodes, because you've done quite a lot of episodes with us. So going back, where did your journey start? How long have you been in the lifestyle? How long have you been involved in the lifestyle? Let's start with that.
Yeah, okay. So I've been in the lifestyle. Geez, it's so long. I can't tell you if it's like 23 or 24 years, but it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Been a minute.
It's been a minute. And of course, you and Debbie know each other from like way back when, right? Because Debbie and James also host events for you guys.
Yes.
And funny story, James and my first official date as a new couple was at Bella's previous club.
No way.
At their Halloween party. So
No way.
that's so our journey with Bella started 9 years ago.
Oh wow. So Bella's
We
actually
love
your
that
best
thing.
babe.
She is my best babe, yes.
So this evening we're going to be discussing Picture Perfect planning, and in Picture Perfect planning, I've got very specific guidelines that I want us to discuss this evening, and I shared a little bit about this with you earlier when I discussed the episode with you, Bells, and it's all about this evening is going to be all about setting up your contract, okay? And when I say your contract, I mean your rules and regulations within your intimate relationship. We're going to be talking about vetting play partners, okay? Because I want couples to understand, and I've gotten this question quite a couple of times, right? So newbie couples want to know. You are now going to be adding maybe a unicorn to your relationship, okay? You're going to be exploring with a unicorn. Who's going to be vetting this unicorn? Who's going to be making the decisions, okay? Is it going to be the man? Is it going to be the woman? I think, well, we got to decide, are both of you guys going to be playing with a unicorn? Is only one going to be playing with a unicorn? If only one is going to be playing and the other one's going to be watching, are both going to be deciding who we're playing with? So these are questions that people have that we haven't discussed on the show before. Who's doing the vetting? Let's start with that. I'm going to go to you, Bells.
Okay. So if you are a couple in a committed relationship, then you're a couple. So decisions that need to be made, doesn't matter who's playing with the extra person, needs to be made together. Well, look, a unicorn should be playing with both parties, otherwise they're not a unicorn. I mean, that's the whole point of a unicorn, is that they're bisexual and they play with the wife and the husband. Now, when I say wife, I mean that loosely. You don't have to be married. You know what I mean? Let's just use those terms because that's easier. So even in the case of where the extra girl is only going to be playing with the husband because the wife is not by, the wife still needs to be comfortable, right? So she has to have a say. You're a partnership, you do everything together. That doesn't include playing, but you make the decisions together because you both need to be happy with the situation.
That makes sense to me, Debbie.
Absolutely. Yeah. So James and I mean, whether it's a single female, whether it's a single male, whether it's a couple, we always meet them. We chat to them together. We meet them face to face together, and we decide together as a couple whether we want to go ahead and whether we're going to see that person again or not. It's absolutely, we don't take one for the team, and everything is done as a couple.
So here's my other question, right? Okay, so say for instance we've now decided, okay, we're going to be even skipping just playing with a single. We're going to be skipping playing with either just a male or just a female. Now we're going to be full swapping, okay? Or we've done the single female and the single male. Now we're going to be full swapping. How are we deciding who we're going to be playing with? So say for instance there's a couple, we're interested. Am I as the female in the relationship going to have a say over who my partner gets to play with, and is my partner going to have a say about who am I going to get to play with? Because surely you're not going to be the one playing, but you got to still be comfortable with it. These are also, I mean, it's a difficult one. Also, I don't really. If I'm playing devil's advocate now, right? If I had to have a partner that's like dictating who I'm allowed playing with or not, or saying who I'm supposed to be playing with or not, that's not really going to feel fine to me because I'm the one doing the playing, right?
You shouldn't be there in the first place. If your partner dictates to you, it's called partnership. Those are red flags right there.
You shouldn't be in the lifestyle.
No.
So that's a good one. So unless you're
if anything feels uncomfortable, if you're not happy with what you need to do or what your partner wants you to do, you shouldn't be doing it.
Can I say likewise, the other couple, if they're any kind of a decent couple, they'll pick up on that, and they should have been out the door too. Because if the other couple that you intend to play with, they feel that you two are not in sync, they shouldn't be there. Because it's supposed to be then 4 people all have to feel comfortable together.
Yeah, otherwise it feels like there's drama that you don't want to be involved with. It needs to be easy and comfortable, and everybody needs to be happy and be perfectly fine with being in the situation. If somebody is not feeling that they should be there or that they want to be there, it defeats the whole object of being with somebody else or having fun with other people. It takes the fun out of it.
Absolutely, that makes sense to me. So I'm thinking, or I'm already seeing that having synergies match up within a partnership when it comes to full swap. I'm already seeing that things are going to be difficult, right? Because this means the wife needs to be comfortable with the wife needs to be comfortable with the husband needs to be comfortable with the wife, the husband needs to be comfortable with the husband, and in between the two of them as well. So it goes 3 ways, almost 3 ways for one person to be comfortable with. Am I right?
Absolutely. Yes.
So
Make things a bit more true.
It makes things sorry, Bells?
Makes things a bit more difficult to get 4 people on the same page. Because not everybody likes everybody. You know what I mean? But it does work. It does happen. I've seen it plenty. So it also just, it depends on, see, everybody has these little tick boxes. He's got to have this, he's got to have that. Forget that. Just leave your tick boxes. Is he a nice person? Is he nice to his wife? Do we connect on some kind of level? Let's just have fun. You know, if they've got a 6-pack Or if he's got blue eyes, maybe he's got brown eyes, but they're shiny. And everybody forget tick boxes. Nobody needs tick boxes because you're not going to be everybody's tick box either.
Of course.
Absolutely. Yeah. So with James and I as well, if we always, and I mean the dynamic is different for everybody. So, but if we go, we always meet a couple or a single. If it's not at a club, we will meet them at a restaurant or a coffee shop or whatever, and we attend to the fact, how do they interact with each other? Are they happy to be there as a couple? Do they interact nicely with each other? If there's tension or if there's discord or if there's no chemistry between the couple, then it makes it awkward because then how's there going to be chemistry between four people? So all of those things are very, very important to note when you meet a couple, whether it's at a club or in a private setting. So they need to see that there's chemistry between Ken and I, and we have to make sure that there's chemistry between all of the other people.
So here's my next question, and this goes back to the fact that we just spoke about red flags, right? Is red flags are absolutely not raunchy, but we're going to be discussing that a little bit later in the subject. So wait, let me not get ahead of myself and get my laugh time under control. So let's go back to vetting, okay? What things are we looking out for? And this is something that you, Debbie, have just spoken on, and that's Bells, you touched on as well. What kind of things are we looking out for when we are vetting? Let's start with singles. We all start with singles, then we go over to couples, right? What things are we looking out for when we are vetting a potential, say, unicorn? Let's start with unicorn, then we'll go to the bull. Bells?
Who, me?
Yes.
Okay, so if it's a unicorn or a single lady, let's say, what you're looking at, that she's respectful, that everybody likes different stuff, so it's difficult to say, but it's always important that if it's a single girl, that she acknowledges the wife as in the female partner of the couple. And if we're talking about a bull, then he should acknowledge the husband. You have to have respect for the partner of the person that you're going to be playing with. Otherwise, already, like why are you here? You're playing with a couple. Whether the husband is playing with or not, or if the wife is playing with or not, you are entering another relationship, an established relationship. So you have to respect the relationship, not the person that you're going to be playing with.
That's very
absolutely.
It's always how you interact with the couple, because you need to interact with the couple and not the person that you're going to be playing with.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Interacting with the couple and not the person, because it's not a person that you're going to be interacting with.
And also, you as a couple have to make sure that if there's rules in your relationship, that the single person that is joining your group knows what the rules are, so that they know what boundaries there are for them, that they need to respect, just like the couple needs to find out what are the boundaries for the single person, so that they also don't overstep that person's boundaries.
So we discussed.
So communication must be done before anything goes ahead.
So we're basically discussing our rules, Debbie, if I understand you right. We're discussing our rules with the potential play partner as well. We're telling them
ahead of time, not during the play date.
Yeah,
ahead of time. Yeah.
Oh, listen. By the way, you can't touch my boobs. That's a rule. meanwhile, your bra's already loose. That's kind of not going to work.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be terrible.
Can you imagine? Like, no, don't touch the nipple. I mean, move away from that. Just stop right there, Red. Okay, so that's not going to work. Also, do couples then? Couples are obviously going to have to consider and take into consideration the singles rules as well, right? When we're vetting.
Absolutely.
So let's
Yeah.
talk about the other way around. As a unicorn or a potential bull out there listening right now, are they vetting couples as couples are vetting them? Should they be
Yes,
vetting couples?
Absolutely.
And what are
They
we
should be.
looking for in a couple as a single wanting to play in the lifestyle?
The same thing we said about couples, that the couple is in sync and they are a unit and they're not just, if there's discord between the couple, then the single should run.
Oh, really?
Because
Absolutely.
there's just, that's just drama, potential drama coming. Seriously, bulls, unicorns, meet with couples. If the couple doesn't seem kosher to you, if you feel there's something off, walk away.
Even if
Yeah.
it's a situation where the husband's wanting another man to play with his wife, and you can possibly see that the wife's not that into it, you're still gonna walk away. Let's not get your dick wet. Let's still walk away, right?
Yes. The potential for drama is just not worth it.
It's just not
Yeah.
worth it. I agree with that. Yeah. Okay. So then let's talk about vetting and the things we look for when playing with another couple. So I think it's going to be very much the same when we're looking at singles. But what other tips and tricks can you guys add when playing with when couples looking for couples?
Who are you directing that at?
You boss, you're actually supposed to be the guest. Myself and Sonia are supposed to be asking the questions.
Okay. Well, let's start at the beginning. The couple themselves have to discuss what they would like. Let's stop there. Their own boundaries, their own rules, what they're comfortable with, what they're not comfortable with, and then just either go to parties, whether they're house parties or just go online, start chatting to people, and those that you have an online connection with, take it to the next level. Meet for coffee and just take it from there. But you have to know up front what it is that you're looking for. Otherwise, you're going to meet 200 people and you still don't know what you want.
Yes, absolutely. And then also, sometimes you make a connection with these people on one of the websites, and there's often catfish as well. That is something that you need to look out for. So what we do on our side is when we start chatting to somebody, if we move the chat from a website to WhatsApp or to Telegram, for instance, we will insist on either a phone call or voice notes to make sure that you are actually speaking to a couple on the other side and not some lonely, single, horny guy that is pretending to be a couple. So that is one of the ways that we make sure that we are actually speaking to a couple, because you don't want to waste your time for weeks and weeks and weeks speaking to somebody and then they're actually not somebody that you want to meet up with.
That's a very good point, Debbie. And I want to ask you a question, right? Have you ever been speaking to maybe a unicorn and it turned out that the unicorn was actually a lonely hot guy? Well, a lonely disgusting
A lot
guy.
of times.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
It's happened so many times, and that's why we've implemented the rule of either there needs to be a phone call where you speak to both the husband and the wife, or there needs to be voice notes where they both speak to you to eliminate that. There's a lot of guys out there that's lonely and horny and nobody wants to speak to, because unfortunately single guys has a bad reputation in the lifestyle. So people don't actually want to interact with them. So a way for them to get people to interact with them is to pretend that they're either a single girl, because that also happens, or they pretend to be a couple.
Jeez Louise, I mean, how bored are you and how lonely are you? Like, you need to come to.
But the point is this: don't be chatting to somebody for months on end without meeting them.
Exactly.
Yes. Can we have more of that?
You talk to them for a week, talk to them for 2 weeks, say, right, let's meet for coffee. When is convenient for you? you know, and they can't, and you're going to get these excuses. Oh, but my wife's out of town. She's working. What? Okay, well, let's do a group chat.
Or the
video chat,
kids.
and we'll all talk together.
Yes. And also, you know, we have the rule of, you know what, we're gonna start chatting to you on WhatsApp or Telegram, and then we give it a time period where we want to meet them, even if it's for a 15-minute coffee or one drink. And we always say, if you can't find time in your life for a 15-minute drink to just meet face to face and to test the chemistry and the synergies, then when are you ever going to make time to actually meet up to be with us as a couple?
To have a play date, exactly.
We have a strict rule of, we're not going to speak to you for months and send pictures and swap pictures and say hello and good night every day for months at end if we don't know if we actually even want to go ahead with chatting to you or having a connection with you.
It makes a lot
And
of sense.
please do not be sending pictures, private pictures, intimate pictures to somebody you haven't met. Don't do that. I mean, this is basic stuff, and I can't believe that I have to tell people in their, I mean, we're not kids, that don't send pictures to people you don't know, that you've never met. Don't do it.
Yeah.
If you want to know what I look like? Come meet me.
But how are we doing this though? So say for instance, I'm thinking of myself now, right? If I wanted to meet people, I want to at least make sure that this is somebody that I'm interested in meeting. Right? So I at least want to know, like, more or less what you look like ahead of me meeting you.
No, that's fine, but don't send photos of you in your lingerie with your face in the photo.
But possibly you
So you either send them a face photo or you send them a body photo, but your face must never, ever, ever be in a photo where you are not wearing clothes or something that you are not comfortable with your family or your mother to see. So
Also,
that is
video
the
calls-
rule. It's either a face or a body.
Also, video calls are a real thing, right? So you can do a video call as well, just to make sure that, okay, it is actually somebody that looks as the photo that I've seen on X, Y, and Z website or on Z Night, and this is somebody that I would like to meet, right?
Yes.
Nothing incriminating.
Nothing
That could
incriminating.
be a picture, you know, nothing incriminating. You can take a picture of the church, kind of, you know.
Yes.
Nothing incriminating.
Nothing incriminating.
And also, don't have a video call with the photos of your family, your kids in the background. That's my worst.
That is okay. Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Okay, the next thing I wanna chat about quickly, and we need to go to commercial break in the next 10, so we've got about 10 minutes to chat about this. But I want to talk about check-ins. Okay, how often are we checking in with our partners when we've decided, okay, we are going to do the swapping thing now, or we're going to be adding a unicorn or a bull to a play date, right? How often are we checking in with our partners? How often are we chatting to them and making sure that they are still comfortable? We obviously do it just ahead of time, during, after. How often, Bells?
All the time. All the time. It's an ongoing thing. All the time. All the time.
Absolutely.
Your communication with your partner should never stop. That's an ongoing thing.
Absolutely. So, so James and I, we just are in sync with each other all the time. So whether it is us meeting people face to face for the first time, we have agreed upon ways of showing each other whether we are happy with the person that we're meeting, if the chemistry is not there, if one of us feel uncomfortable or we're not feeling that we should go ahead, we've got a signal that we give each other. It's a silent signal that nobody else knows about, and we will know, you know what, don't waste our time to sit here and have drinks for 3 hours with this person because we're not happy to go ahead with this. So we'll cut it short and we will leave it at that. And if we are actually interacting with the couple during what we call a play date, we have this thing about making eye contact with each other throughout the session and checking in whether the other person is happy, if everything is okay. And if there's something not feeling right, or you can see that your partner is not happy, then you excuse yourself, go to the toilet with them, have a discussion, and if things are not comfortable, then you excuse yourself and you go home, or you ask them to leave. You have to be in sync with your partner, and you have to have communication all the time, because both of you need to be happy in the situation, whether it's drinks or whether it's a date, whether you're out at a club. Everybody needs to be happy.
That's beautifully said. That's beautifully said, Debbie. I really, really love that. Look, listeners, we need to go to a slight commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to be discussing a little bit more on check-ins. When do we amend our agreements that we've got with our partners? And what does privacy look like in an ethical, non-monogamous swingers relationship? More on that with the beautiful Lola's best babe, Bella Bills, and my gorgeous co-host this evening, Mrs. Twosome Debbie, when we come back after this commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Refill your drinks, and let's get chatting when we come back.
But when we start making fires,
I'm
we
so
can
curious.
have a start. Whether we like it or not, they say we can love who we just. But what is love without lust? Two hearts with accurate devotions. What are feelings without emotions? I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you will understand. And now let go of my hand. And now let go of my hand. And now let go of my I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you will understand. And now let go of my hand. I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you will understand. And now let go of my hand. I hang my hopes out on the line. Will they be ready for you in time? If you leave them out too long, they'll be withered by the sun. Full stops and exclamation marks. My words stumble before I start. How far can you send emotions? Can this reach across the ocean? I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you will understand. And now let go of my in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you will
Sometimes we're looking for the more, but we just don't know what the more is. And then we come to play with me. 3 words, like me. Play, toys, fun, games, cheekiness, with, intimacy, connection, relationships, and finally me. It starts with self, and that is something that Play With Me stands for. Play With Me is a place where you have an experience of all of those things. One complete cycle, You're welcome to pop in at our shop at the Gantry in Fourways or find us at www.playwithme.co.za. If you're looking for that more, please get in touch.
Good day, I'm Jean-Marie van Graan, also known as Lola Debbie, and I'm thrilled to introduce to you Lotus Love, your ultimate destination in relationship, intimacy, and wellness coaching. As a wellness, relationship, and intimacy associated counselor, I'm passionate about helping individuals and couples navigate the complexities of modern relationships. Through personalized coaching sessions, I empower my clients to embrace love, intimacy, and connections in all its forms. Whether you're exploring ethical non-monogamy, navigating post-divorce life, or preparing for the dating scene, I'm here to support you. My coaching approach is holistic, compassionate, and tailored to your unique needs and goals. Together, we'll uncover your strengths, address the challenges, and create a path towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation? Book a consultation with me today and let Lotus Love be your guide to fulfillment in relationship and life. Your path to a happier, healthier, more fulfilling life and relationship can start with me here today.
And she likes nice cars, late nights, tattoos, long flights, new shoes, old nights, new clothes, new sights, good love.
Welcome back, Lustfuls. And on that note, you are back on air with myself, Debbie, and Lola's best babe, Bella Bills from Nexxxus. We are discovering this evening how to plan our perfect, picturesque swingers relationship. We are talking about setting up your contracts. How are we vetting potential playmates? How often are we checking in with our partners? When and where and how do we do amendments when it comes to our rules and regulations? And what does privacy within an ethical non-monogamous relationship look like? We are back after a short commercial break, and the sound is a little bit otherwise this evening because we again had technical difficulties ahead of the airing, and therefore we have decided to go to the good old WhatsApp video call. Okay. Debbie, are you there with us? Let's hear you quickly, make sure we've still got you here.
I'm still here.
Oh, look at you being picturesque and the shit. And Bells, can we hear you for a second?
Yes, I'm still here, live and kicking.
Live and kicking. Okay, brilliant. So before the commercial break, we were talking about check-ins, and we discussed that you check in with your partner on a regular basis. Now, I want to go on ahead and talk about amendments. Amendments to your original rules, to your original plan. Because as human beings, right, we evolve, our sexuality evolves, our relationship evolves, and also our wants and our needs and our aspirations evolve as well. So how often are we amending our rules and regulations in an ethical non-monogamous relationship when it comes to swinging? Bells, how often would you encourage our listeners, our newbies in the relationship, to take a look at amending or possibly even consider amending the relationship rules and regulations?
Well, this is not Moses times. Things are not set in stone. So you should be amending things as and when the need arises, because every play opportunity is a growing experience, is a learning experience. You change them as you go along. Today I don't comfortable kissing people, but after a play session, okay, that was quite nice. I don't mind kissing people. So it's all about communication. You have to be communicating all the time and being honest with your partner. So the amendments need to be happening all the time. If you feel comfortable with it, obviously that's still priority.
Debbie, you've been in a swingers relationship, a very sturdy swingers relationship for quite a number of years, right? Do you still find yourself, after I think you said earlier 9 years of being in this relationship, that you still amend your rules and your ultimate goals?
Absolutely. We started off with a list of rules about 2 pages long. And as you evolve as a couple, as you have more experiences, things evolve. Sometimes you add new rules after you had a not so pleasant experience. Maybe you add some rules. Some rules you amend, some of them you discard completely. We do have rules that's like in Moses' time, cast in stone.
I like that.
It's like we don't play without condoms. It's just absolutely a definite no, and that rule will never change. But then we had other rules. I mean, in the beginning, we were a lot more strict about who we would allow to chat. I would, for instance, in the beginning, not chat to somebody that works in the same industry as I am, because I was petrified of running into a customer or a colleague or somebody that I know. And, over the years, that rule has fallen away. I've just decided that, you know what, if I run into somebody that I know, they're in the lifestyle too. So there are rules that change. There's rules that we bend sometimes, but then there's also rules that is cast in stone. But it evolves all the time because you as a person change, you as a couple change, and also it depends on the experiences that you have. That also has an influence because something, for instance, like I'm essentially straight, but we always say we don't put ourselves in a box because it depends on
We hate boxes.
the person that you're with the couple that you're with. I mean, I've had by experiences plenty because the chemistry for me was just there with the female in the couple or the unicorn that we're with. So yeah, you have to amend and adapt as you go along and as you grow as a couple.
Bounce, let's hear a little bit about some of the rules that you would suggest a newbie relationship take a look at incorporating in their contracts. I call it contract. You know, we all call it something else. I call it contract. What are some of the rules that you would suggest people take a look at?
Okay, so when you say newbies, your newbies, my newbies is completely different. When you say newbies, do you mean somebody that have ever played with another couple before?
Yes. I'm specifically looking at the vanilla listeners, right? The vanilla listeners that have never really had a swingers experience. They have never played with anybody in a partnership outside of their relationship. That would be a newbie
So
in this aspect.
that's a tough one because I wouldn't, and it's not just because I own a club, it's just because I know what a club can bring to the experience. But I always say to my newbies, on your first go around, do not do full swap with another couple. You're not ready. You really emotionally and psychologically you're not ready. These are things that you need to you need to crawl before you think you can swim the ocean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I would suggest for vanillas that want to maybe see if this is for them, because once you've jumped in, there's no coming back from that. You know, you have now shagged another person, and you weren't ready for that. It can be traumatizing if you're not ready. So there's a lot of psychological work and emotional work that needs to go into this first. So I always suggest, even if you don't go to a club environment where there's lots of different people and it's a sexy vibe, even if you do meet another couple, okay, you have to make your story clear. It's like, we are newbies, we've never done this before. We're not sure if we want to do the full swap or if we just want to do soft play. You know, so like just be patient with us, but do not go into the full swap thing right off the bat. Do a little bit of soft play, flirt with each other, and then check in with each other. Go home and check in with each other. How did you feel when I touched that lady's boobs? How did you feel when I kissed that guy? You know, slowly, you'll catch the monkey.
That is great advice.
That's
Do not
fabulous.
jump in with both.
Man, wait, hold on. Where's my cheer? Where's my cheer button? I've got one here somewhere. Hold on. Here we go. I've got it.
That is absolute great advice. Bella, I agree. Find out how you as a person is going to feel when somebody looks at your partner with a flirty look, or whether they, touch their arm or touch their chest, or kiss your partner right in front of you, because you need to make sure that you are okay with that before you switch to sex. Because, like you say, Bella, once you've done the sex, it's done. You've either created an amazing memory, or you could have messed up your relationship, and it can take weeks, months, maybe years to fix it. So it is great advice, Bella.
Very, very valuable. So the next topic on my agenda, and I've actually got an agenda for tonight's episode, which never happens. I've actually come prepared. So my next topic this evening is talking about, and this is something that a lot of couples in my practice has been asking me on a religious regular term, right? What does privacy look like? What does privacy look like in an ethical, non-monogamous swingers relationship?
No, it doesn't. If you want to have a successful, healthy partnership, there should be absolute clarity, absolute transparency. You should not be hiding anything from your partner. Why are you? Well, no, you should be. If you're not discussing things in a group chat with a potential play partner stroke S partners, then I know that a lot of people, specifically girls, let me just say, specifically girls, they feel uncomfortable having sex talk with their partner in the room. So even if you've gotten to the level, and this whole game that we play is in levels. You go from level 1 to level 2 to level. So people that are at level 10 already, if we can just put it in easy terms, and you're comfortable talking to your bull, for example, privately, those conversations should always be available to your partner. I know that, and I'm one of those. I suck at sex talking. I really do.
We've heard from previous episodes.
But even with my own partner, I suck at it. Take it forever. But with a person that you don't even know, maybe sometimes you feel a bit more free to be a little bit more slutty. You know what I mean? And leading up to the play, and it's awkward when it all depends on your relationship, but it's maybe a little bit awkward with your partner in the room, can't really let go. But those conversations that take place should always be available for your partner to look at, to see. There should not be any privacy. Privacy doesn't exist if you have a successful, healthy relationship.
Yes, and your discussion or your conversation with that person should never overstep the boundaries that you as a couple have with each other. So your rules as a couple or your boundaries as a couple is still valid whether you are in a group chat with a bunch of people or whether you have private one-on-one conversations with a person or a couple.
So even those private one-on-one conversations, if your partner was to say, listen, hand me your phone, let me just take a look at what's going on there, because we're going to ask permission first. We're not just going to steal the phone, right? If your partner says, listen, I want to have a look at what you and Mr. or Mrs. XYZ have been chatting about, those conversations should be openly and freely available.
Absolutely.
Can I interject there? Your partner shouldn't ever have to ask for permission. You should give it to him. You should say, hey, check what so-and-so and I had talked about today.
Oh,
exactly.
So don't even wait for your partner to ask. Man.
Don't wait for your partner to say, listen, can I check? Because by the time he says to you, listen, can I check? Already he's thinking what's going on.
There's a reason why he wants to check or she wants to check, and we shouldn't have reasons.
Do not ever give them that little nugget of doubt. Just, it's the first time I'm seeing you today, or we've just had dinner and the kids have been put to bed. Yeah, have a look at the conversations I had today. That's it. It should be you offering. He should never have to ask, or she should never have to ask.
Another way around that is the way that we do that is we don't chat to people in the lifestyle from our private numbers. We actually have a third phone or an additional phone that we call our naughty phone, which we use for all lifestyle activities, whether we're speaking to a couple, whether we're speaking to a single, whether one of us are speaking to somebody. It's always on that one phone. Everybody is on the same page. Everybody knows exactly what's going on. So that is another option especially for the newer people that is venturing into it.
Everybody needs a third phone.
Everybody needs a third phone. So in essence, when we take a look at an ethical non-monogamous swingers relationship, we are saying that you shouldn't expect privacy. So those folks that are very religious on their privacy and very set in stone when it comes to what they expect from their privacy, then they should possibly reconsider whether they should be in the lifestyle or not.
I would say it's more about no secrets than privacy. There should be absolute no secrets between you and your partner, whether it's your fantasies, whether it's things that you think of, you want to do, whether it's conversations that you've had. there should be no secrecy.
Yeah. I think you can tell on the head there, Debbie. 100%. There should be no secrets.
Yes.
I like that. So, listen, lustful listeners, we have had a very informative episode this evening, and we always try and keep the lifestyle lectureship shows a little bit dedicated to time, and we've almost finished with our full hour. So, before we finish up with the episode, I'm going to ask Bells if you've got anything else to add to our listeners, any nuggets or any tips and tricks that you want our listeners to remember or to try and add before embarking on this journey.
Yes. When swapping numbers, for example, I have people all the time. We met so and so at the party. We forgot to get their numbers. We had such a great time. Can you give us their numbers? No, I don't ever give people numbers. I always ask the other party, so and so would like to connect with you. May I give them your number?
Share your number.
May I give you their number rather? And then I always give the lady's number to the lady and the gent's number to the gents. What they do to them. I'm never going to give, even if it's a single guy, I'm going to give him the husband's number. That keeps things clean and it keeps me out of trouble. I don't like it.
I can't see you ever being in trouble. You walk the straight and narrow.
No. It's not really about me. It's about our patrons. And sometimes you have to think for them, unfortunately, but that's okay, I don't mind. So that's it. Don't ever give your partner's number to the opposite sex. Just don't do it. Rather create a group chat, like you say, and it's easier that way. Like that.
Another side to this is also that, especially for the newer people that hasn't been in the lifestyle, one thing that they need to also understand about privacy is that they should never discuss if they've met up with a couple. Don't tell the next couple that you meet, I met this and this person and here's what they look like, and show photos or whatever. Discretion is so important. You don't want other people to know what's happening with you in your life, and you don't want other people to do that. So discretion is always a very, very important thing to keep in mind.
I think
don't swap other people's photos.
Yeah, I think that's very important. That's I love that you mentioned that, because that's not just in the lifestyle, that's in general, right? Even if you're a single and you're wanting to date and you're on Tinder and shit like that, don't be sharing other people's photos. It's just disgusting. And
even your experiences, or even your experience.
No, don't.
Amongst friends, it does happen where people will say, "Oh yeah, we're going to be meeting with so and so. Have you heard of them?" And friends do discuss, "Oh, really? We had a bad experience." We look at each other. We do. In that instance, when you have close friends, we really all do look out for each other. But again, it's not a swapping pictures kind of thing. No. If somebody takes your picture, you keep that to yourself. In fact,
exactly.
I delete all pictures because I just don't want them.
Even my pictures that I send you, Bells. I'm kidding. Bella's going, "What the fuck, Lola?"
I need your pictures. I see you in person. It's much better.
Oh, Bells.
The other thing, I just add to this, and this happens a lot with newbie couples. If you have played with a couple once, please do not think that you now have the right to always play with them. Or you've got no ownership on this couple or on this single person. You don't own them. Just because they played with you once doesn't mean that they're going to be playing with you every time they see you.
Yes.
Or, that happens a lot, especially, and I understand how it can happen with newbies, because now there's someone that they cling to because, it's almost like their lifeline. But you're just making it difficult. You're becoming a Klingon, and then your name's going to go out there that you're a Klingon, and Nobody wants that.
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
even in stock.
We don't like clingy people. Okay.
No drama, no clinginess.
Yeah.
No drama llamas. I mean, let's just move away from the drama llamas. Okay, gotcha. Listen, lustful listeners, this evening we were joined by the beautiful and iconic Bella Bills from Nexxxus Resort here in Johannesburg, South Africa. We had an absolutely nugget-filled episode this evening. Debbie and I were very fortunate to have an amazing guest speaker this evening. We will be seeing Mr. Tusum next week, I believe, if I've got it
Yes.
correct. Yes, because they're going to be alternating weeks. But what can our lustful listeners expect on the Lola Blakely production series going forward for this week? On Friday night, Lustfuls, we have got the follow-up to last week Friday's Lola's Lessons. We had Kiss My Kiwi. This week's follow-up is going to be the Lollipop Lesson. You guys don't want to miss that. Lola's favorite topic, oral sex. Yes, babies, we've got a great guest there. It's going to be Dirty Don. If you guys haven't seen his Twitter, go head on over and go and take a peek there. I mean, Don is dirty. That's all I'm going to say. To all of our 2,000, almost 2,100 listeners this evening, I'll mention a couple of you before we end the airing. I want to see all of y'all there on Friday night. That's with my beautiful co-host, Miss Carmen Eddy from Play With Me. The Lollipop Lesson, Friday night, 9 p.m. Don't miss that one. You're going to love us, right? You're going to love us. Then on Saturday night, on Kinky Classes, we are doing Red Room Raunchiness. We're designing your playroom so that the vanillas that come and visit don't know that you're into kinky shit. Yes? Don't miss that one either. We've got Miss Nita from Casa Kink all the way in Cape Town joining us for that episode. Come and join myself and Miss Baronista as we discover how to design the ultimate raunchy red room for your kink fetishes, right? Next week on Lola's Lifestyle Lectures with Mr. Tusum, we are going to be discussing signs, symbols, and secrets of swingers. Where does the bloody upside down pineapple come from? Y'all want to know? I want to know. Let's discuss it and find out. We'll still let you guys know who our guest is going to be there. And until then, I mean, Debs, thank you so much for joining Lola this evening. You're looking gorgeous as always. I mean, those eyes, those fluttery eyes of yours, they just make my heart melt.
It's always amazing to see both of you, and it's nice to be with you guys tonight. Thank you.
Bella, thank you very, very much for your invaluable input this evening. To you and Debbie, obviously, you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you, Bells, for always being a light and a shining episode. All of your episodes have always been trending. So thank you for joining us for another one. Yes, they always trend. I don't know if you know this.
Absolute pleasure.
Popular girl.
So a little bit, let's just greet a couple of the listeners this evening in the actual room. I mean, I see Calms here. I see the psychotic hot wife from last week here. A couple of our regular listeners, Aloe Vera, I see you here. It's so nice to have such an absolutely dedicated listenership from all of you guys. All of the production team love you guys the most. Until next week, same time, same place. Don't miss it. And we'll see the lot of you then. Good night, Lustfuls.
Goodbye.
Nighties.
And she likes nice cars, late nights, tattoos, long flights, new shoes, old Nikes, new clothes, new sights. Good love, good drugs, good drinks, good times. She lives, she loves, she fucks, and she likes